There we go. You're watching LLL Weekly, your weekly dose of Starcraft II goodness, European style. And yeah, I hope you guys are set. We have a bit of a misfortune here that we're likely not going to have a show match here tonight. The reason for that being is that on one hand, Moro is sick. On the other hand, Mana is still playing a Polish Cup. And Entity, right now, the Terran player, is actually in a stalemate on Battle.net. He's got 150 food worth of army on an island, and he's in a game with X-Lord. And X-Lord has basically one drone, which he keeps making extractor with and canceling just to avoid a stalemate. And that game is never going to end. So, and both of them won't leave. So regardless, with Moro being sick and Mana still...
you don't lose
Mana's out of both games.
Minerals?
Well, yeah, X-Lord should eventually run out of minerals, but let's face it, that'll take about 5 to 6 hours.
I don't know how much you lose actually. It's like 4 minerals or something.
Yeah. People are actually saying Battle.net stalemate detector, and that's great and all. But what he does, X-Lord basically just makes an extractor and cancels it. That way, the extractor can't really get killed. He has to basically go chasing around this drone, but then he risks losing his army. So basically, he's just waiting for X-Lord to run out of minerals by canceling extractors.
That's horrible. Anyway, I see
you,
people in the chat that are saying that Mana is out of both cups.
Yeah, I heard. But
so
still, if we don't have an opponent for him, because he's stuck in a stalemate on Battle.net, that's not going to help us at all.
Maybe you can fit them in at the end and start with something else.
Exactly. If this stalemate is resolved, we will be going to later. But for at least for now, we're going to go straight into the discussion part of the show. And I gotta say, I don't really mind that all that much because we've got a lot to talk about today. We've got, of course, we'll briefly touch on the GSL finals, just briefly because it has been covered several times over, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. Then we're going to do an assembly preview. We're going to be talking about the players, the groups. What do we think? Predictions. It is going to be a good time. That said, of course, with me here are Maven from Mouse and Gosu Gamers. Hey Maven, what's up? How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Besides the fact that I was here at the gaming center, internet cafe, whatever you want to call it, and I went home and was like, alright, I got 2 hours left, it's cool, I will set everything up. Go home and find that my internet is totally screwing me over. So I run back as fast as I possibly can here, and yeah, I'm currently at an internet cafe doing the show.
Yep, so live from location.
Yeah, live from the location Inferno Line.
Yep. And of course we've got the Liquipedian superhero, Folon himself as well. Folon, how are you today?
My internet is working perfectly fine, and I'm happy to be back. I almost missed you guys last week, so...
Aww.
Almost, yeah, that's heart touching.
It's good to be back, yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't have a show last week, and that is actually my fault. I take complete responsibility. What happened basically is the government is screwing us over, so I had to go to a student council meeting to organize protests and stuff. You know how it goes, and that was all last minute.
Did you riot in the streets?
No, it wasn't a protest. It was a meeting to organize protests. So.
Did you plan on rioting in the streets?
Yes, exactly. So
Great.
what we're actually going to do is wham! Because of our new awesome technology, you guys can now see who is talking. How awesome is that?
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah. That's one funny thing. All right, you could have just used Mumble, but yeah, works fine. All right. If you want someone to do like big colors with spray cans, I'm a professional. No.
I see. And yeah, you guys gotta remember, Assembly is coming up very quickly. I'm looking very forward to it. I know Maven is as well, because we're gonna be there casting it. So tune in for that at least. Also, what else do we really have to mention before anything? Oh yeah, the LowLandLions 2v2 Cup is actually coming up very shortly. So if you guys are actually into 2v2, and I know there's actually people looking for 2v2 tournaments all the time, the 5th of February, So this Saturday, you can find a 2v2 open. There's still room for a good amount of players. So find your mate and hit that up.
I'm actually going to play in that one.
I see. Full On is actually going to be playing as well. So hey.
Yeah, come at me, bro.
I know NC is it as well. So.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
I saw that Dante registered and I was like, fuck this. I'm not gonna be able to beat those guys, but if Entity's playing as well, then...
It's gonna be tough. I think Dante and Sharif are playing as well. So, yeah, Razor is Serious Gaming Survey's playing with a teammate. So there's a lot of good players for a 2v2 cup actually. So yeah, hey, you have a chance to beat a pro player as long as his teammate weighs him down enough.
Yeah, for those of you who aren't watching, please check me out at the TSL stream over at Mouse TV.
Oh right, Maven.
Those of you,
do a little bit of advertising as well.
Yeah, those of you who doesn't have any friends can watch me forever alone.
Aww. Oh.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I'll be forever alone though.
You're gonna stream Team Liquid Open?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
And yeah, you gotta remember, before I stop talking about the 2v2 Cup, there's a $100 prize for the winners. So, for a 2v2 Cup, that's quite decent.
Yeah.
That said, we will move on to more important things right now. First off, we're gonna briefly touch on GSL. Because we have to, because, you know, what kind of StarCraft show can we have and not talk about GSL? I think we can summarize the finals in roughly one sentence. A awful bloody massacre. I think that's a pretty correct description. What are your thoughts on that, Volan?
It's not as if Marine King Prime is absolutely terrible, but there was a distinct skill difference between those two guys.
It was
I think you
kind
can
of
safely
embarrassing.
say that.
I'm sorry.
Well, the thing is, Marine King has one answer to them all. He's like, Marines.
Make Marines.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't true though. In Scrap Station, the first game, he actually, you know, got all the tanks and the Hellions, etc.
I see.
But yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to really get much discussion on the GSL finals because it was just a total abuse. I mean, just it was awful to see this poor kid. Well, not Marine King's anything but a kid, but just getting just awfully beaten up.
Yeah, pretty much.
So honestly, if you haven't watched the GSL finals, you're not missing much. So, as sad as it is, the finals are actually a match that you can skip quite handily. I don't think you're going to see anything that can really help you all that much. What do you guys think? Anything aside from that, really?
No. Pretty sums it up. Pretty decent. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of sad, but regardless. In other StarCraft II news, Ben the Muslim actually broke his hand and his wrist just recently.
Yeah.
So, it's recent breaking news. He got into a bar fight. So what was that, Maven?
He did it on purpose so he won't be going to the assembly.
Yeah. He's
God damn it.
getting an excuse not to play top 4 in assembly.
No, but yeah, it's pretty sad. I mean, he's one of the guys that I would have rated becoming like at least top 5 in that tournament. So
yep, and
it's really
as
sad.
As it stands right now, he's still in the hospital, and if we're, of course, we can believe Rotterdam, who lives with the Muslim. He says that I'm trying to find the exact quote. He said assembly is going to be tough, and you can at least count on him to shine at the IEM Global Finals.
Yeah.
So at least he'll recover in time for that. But yeah, his arm is looking better than it was. Still in hospital with a broken arm. Ouch.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Yep, pretty much. That's all we got to say about that one. I think what we're really eager to talk about. Oh no! One big tidbit. I know, people have probably seen on Team Liquid the podcast from Artosis and Hydra. We're gonna briefly discuss our thoughts on a show like that. Full on, I think you had quite something to say about that, didn't you?
I'm not sure I want to.
Well, I won't be saying anything because I will be thrown out of here if I start. So I'll just be quiet for this one.
It's difficult. I think that imbalance. Everyone knows it's an issue with a game that is as young as this one, and it's all up to Blizzard to, to go out and make their game better. And what they do is, they look at the game. They have like gigantic list of statistics that they pull, and they look at tournament results, etc., play styles,
and a lot of his math based as well.
Yeah, and they base their decisions off of that. And on the other hand, we have the that has to be a D8. The Rabid, 1500 points, Bronze League, nerdling, who's on the forums saying, "Oh my God, Marauders are so imbalanced, need to be patched," etc. That's like the other extreme. And that's obviously not the way it's supposed to go. And although I believe that Artosis genuinely believes that this was a good idea, posting something on the forums like that isn't... I don't like that idea at all.
It's an awful idea.
It kind of validates the opinions of the people who shouldn't have an opinion.
Exactly. I think what you're trying to say is that every bronze player now is going to point at that show and is going to be like, see, either said Marauders are imbalanced, or either said Colossus, I believe, were imbalanced. So it's clearly Colossus need to be nerfed.
And I mean, they presented very well. They, like, before the show, it's actually like a sort of pilot show, and they start out by explaining that no, this isn't, you shouldn't draw conclusions from this for the bronze level, and we're only talking about the highest level, etc., and everyone knows that, but it still doesn't really apply to the gigantic demographic of, Starcraft II players.
Basically, you've got a Zerg player which is known for raging. I'm sorry, he's one of the most skilled players as well, but he's known for his rage, and and then you've got, Artosis, or Qtosis, we can call him as well, who is, he has so much knowledge about the metagame, but is also known for crying up a storm. And you've got him talking about imbalance. Either way, there's going to be just a lot of drama, and just it's going to be awful.
I think that they thought it was a good idea, and I disagree with that. I don't disagree with their, opinions or with their knowledge or anything like that, but I don't think this was a good idea, and I was actually surprised that it had, 24 pages or something before it got closed. Yeah, I don't know how... We'll see what happens next week, I guess. Maybe it will become better, maybe it will become worse. I reckon it'll be the same level and maybe a bit worse, but I don't know, we'll have to see.
Yeah, I think it'll stir up more drama than it'll do good. Regardless, it's an initiative that they started themselves, so it's going to be interesting to see whether they can actually make it happen. You do have one of the most skilled players on there that we have in the Western community. We have Artosis, who is of course very well known for his production quality, so they might be able to make it happen. But as it is, the concept is rather dubious.
I have to say, Artosis is knowledgeable as fuck. I love him for that, and if anyone were to, there's a bit of bias that we can ignore, because I genuinely trust his opinion on other things, as well as, on balance, accept his own race maybe. But this still isn't the way to go about it, I don't think.
Yeah, but you gotta remember that this show, basically, their show started at, the top level, which is basically a minute percentage of the people that actually get to watch it. out of the people that watch the show, say I don't know how many views it got, but say 10,000 people watch it, maybe the show applies to like 10, 20 of those players. They can draw conclusions from that, and anyone else is just watching it and can only learn what it's like on a top level, but will never really experience it.
What do you mean with drawing conclusions? Like, it's not like, what are you going to do? Just throw your hands up in the air and be like, okay, that's it.
Well,
I see
a good player might argue from, Colossi are very, very hard to deal with.
Like, I don't even understand how it would be productive for anything. Like, it's not like Dustin Browder's going to sit down, www.teamliquid.net. Oh my God, what is this?
True enough.
This new show, Imbalance. Oh my God, he speaketh the truth. We must nerf Colossi or something.
Well,
and
it's not going to be productive.
Thing of it is,
it's not going to be productive like that, but still, it's important to analyze such situations.
You know what dazzles me as well? That there's new maps on the brink of coming out, and they're gonna change a lot. Like, a fuck ton of shit is gonna be different after these maps are, being played in this community, and this is like the worst time on which to start a balance discussion.
Probably. I just want to say something about the maps. I mean, people have been saying that, oh, this is overpowered. I mean, this is imbalanced, left to right. And, I mean, we've been saying it a lot. I mean, there's been a lot of focus on the maps. People have said it before, that the maps are quite Terran Protoss favored. Zerg doesn't get their shine.
Doesn't get their scrap station.
Yeah, well, scrap station is just, I mean, I don't like it. But the bigger maps, the bigger opportunities for more advanced play to happen, and we haven't actually seen that. And I mean, people even start predicting stuff that Zerg is going to be overpowered because etc. And people haven't even played the maps. They haven't even seen people actually trying to fit in a strategy on the maps yet, and they're already like, no, that can't be. It's like old people saying that the old age was so much better.
Yeah,
seriously, I get pissed.
We have no idea how we have some idea how the maps are going to play out, but let's face it, the metagame on a map changes so much over a period of months. It's hard to say how the maps that, as they were introduced, I'm not sure if they're finalized yet, but as they were introduced, as they were brought out, are really going to change the game.
Yeah, well, ESL said that they're picking the maps up, so.
Well, Syllogism in chat rightly points out that they aren't confirmed for GSL yet.
For the main tournament yet, but still.
Yeah, for ESL. I said ESL has actually confirmed that they're using them.
I see.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure I saw that there was a confirmation from the ESL that they're going to be using some of those maps.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
That's pretty cool. Like, they're available on all the servers, and
I know ESL use IC Cup maps. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, those are being used. Like, a major problem is that the maps aren't being used in ladder yet, so there isn't a... Like, if you want to balance a map, you need a gigantic number of games being played on it. And for that we need... need it to be on ladder. I'm sorry, I don't know why I couldn't finish that sentence.
You got through it one way or another.
I trampled on my tongue, tumbled
regardless,
forward, etc.
I gotta say, the IC Cup maps, I think one of the big problems is that they try too much to make them look like Starcraft 1 maps. They try
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Is that a bad thing?
It doesn't really work in Starcraft 2 because let's face it, you've got in Starcraft 1 you had these giant distances, which you had to overcome. In Starcraft 2, everything is so close, and that's how the units are balanced. That's how the game is balanced. So making Starcraft 1 maps now is very tough.
That might have been the cause because the designer said, all right, we're going to be doing like this. We're going to be doing small maps, and then they find out, it's a little bit I mean, you know, Terran and Protoss and all that. I mean, they get the most out of the smaller maps, and the big maps often favor Zerg. And there could be a lot of new strategy going on for both Protoss and Terran players as well on the bigger maps. So we just have to wait and see. And the old Starcraft Brood War maps might make the metagame totally different.
Well, and even from a side, I'd like to argue this for a bit, but even aside from just the point that that's going to affect balance, you got to remember every individual unit is in StarCraft 2 is pretty much a beast compared to the StarCraft 1 equivalent. You've got the Zerglings, which are now kind of like mushy as hell, but everything is so much more powerful if you go food to food. If you put a 200 food StarCraft 2 army versus a 200 food StarCraft 1 army, it's going to be awful. It's going to be abysmal. So you got to remember that considerations like that, you can't just have the same maps. It doesn't work very well.
Yeah, well, I guess.
Regardless,
I think we should move on to assemblies.
Yeah, what we really want to talk about, of course, is assembly, the preview of probably what is going to be the biggest tournament in Europe in recent history, for a while probably. I figured our best way of doing this is going over the groups first. So I will actually line that up so people can see what is going on. There we go.
Yeah.
Assembly.
And for those
groups.
of you who,
Go ahead.
And for those of you who don't know when assembly is, it's actually going to be next week, starting at 12 a.m. Friday, and ending at sometime. Oh, my voice got moist. Saturday, late, I'd assume. And we're going to be casting for like 24 hours straight, something like that. So look forward to that.
Mm-hmm. So going over the groups, first off, a group which is pretty beastly. TLO, Fuser, LiveZerg, and Mahemia. I'm Mahemia. Well, sorry for Mahemia, but I haven't even heard of him, so I'm gonna assume he's gonna just end up in last. No offense. That said, TLO and Fuser likely to make it out of that group, according to me. LiveZerg is pretty decent though. He does a lot of the weekly cups, so he might be able to upset Fuser. Likely not though. And any disagreements with that at all?
No.
TLO
No.
and Fuser use favorites? Yeah, that's what we thought as well. So look at those two.
All in favor say aye. Yeah.
Aye. Yeah.
Aye.
Anyway, Group B.
I think we.
Move right along. Kaz, Dark Force, definitely the favorites in there. There is, of course, Stigan and Moody's. Gotta say, Kaz and Dark Force again, huge favorites, right?
Well, you never know. Stigan could actually. I've seen him play it a little bit. He's not bad. And Dark Force hasn't been playing that good recently, so that could be like a combination with Dark Force not playing at his top and Stigan playing at his best. But you never know.
I see. I don't know. Zerg versus Zerg, of course, can be a bit of a build order poker matchup. So, it might be a bit difficult. But I think Dark Force. Come on, it's Dark Force. He should come out on top there.
He's German.
Yeah, he should come up in second place out of that group, man. I'm sorry for Stigan.
Yeah.
That said, Group C. Nama, Jimpo, Forzen, and Kona. Of course, the outsider, the dark horse there is Forzen, but Jimpo and Nama, not in that order. I think Nama's going to come out on 1, and Jimpo is going to be coming out on 2.
No, this is a group that it's tearing me apart because I'm a patriot, so I'll say Sweden all the way, but I'm also in mouse sports, so I have to root for Nama. So this becomes coins of bind for me. But I'd say that, Nama and Jimpo are probably going to make it out of the group. I don't think Forsen is really that experienced and that skilled just yet. He could be. But right now, I think Jimbo and Nama is a little bit better.
Yep. And that said, if you have anything to add, Fo, let's jump right in.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm
just probably going to agree with you guys, so.
Yeah, I gotta say, the seedings are really well done. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's pretty good. The Group D though, Tarson, Envious, Whelmu, and Mutilini. Tarson's gonna take that, but
Yeah.
second.
Should, for sure.
I think Whelmu is gonna take that. I don't know, but I feel that he's. I've only seen like one game from Envious, but from what I saw, I think Whelmu is the better player.
It's gonna be a tight group. It's gonna be a group where second place is up for grabs. I am not familiar with Mutilini myself, but you know, against players like Envious and Whelmu, you don't have to be world famous to come out on top of others. So in Group D, second place is up for grabs, definitely.
I think Whelmu will take it though.
I see. Well,
Yes,
we'll
gonna-
see. We'll see.
Put it out. Put it out there.
We're writing
Anyway.
that. We're keeping this. We're writing this down, and afterwards, I'm going to give you so much hell for it if he finishes.
Yeah,
last.
we're gonna be doing a bet. We're gonna do a bet after this. You and me are gonna be doing a bet. We're gonna be doing everything. Who gets out of the group? Who gets top 3 as well? And we're gonna be doing some kind of bet.
That's quite alright. I will take you on. I have faith
Yeah.
in my ability to predict these results. Looking for further though, Group 3, triple Protoss group: Huck, Abver, Sase, and Kiljardi.
Yeah.
Sase, are you guys familiar with him?
Yeah.
He's an
actually-
MYM,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but he's played good. But he hasn't been playing a lot. I definitely think that he'll beat Abver, but it's the same like the group before. Abver could take it, but I would definitely favor Sasa in this one. And of
Okay.
course, Huck will mothership rush everybody. But
yeah, Huck will basically skate through this group,
Yeah.
left-handed, pretty much.
Sase
Shouldn't-
was recently picked up by MYM,
I see.
along with Mondragon, and apparently he is a Night Elf player in Warcraft 3 and is ranked number 1 among Swedish Warcraft 3 players in terms of prize money won during 2007 and 2008.
That's funny.
Yeah,
So there you
That's
go.
a period where I
Didn't-
followed Warcraft 3 very tightly.
didn't Mondragon join FXO?
That was Moonan, I think.
Yeah, no, I think Mondragon joined MIM unless he switched again.
I have no idea. They're like playing the
FXO
same thing.
recently picked up All About You, who's also known as Moonan, and
Oh.
Mondragon is like a
Alright.
completely different person.
Yeah.
So I think
Alright.
you're thinking of him.
Yeah,
So,
I think
I'm
Upper
curious
has
about this.
definitely the Upper is a solid player, and like I said, I'm not familiar with Sase, so we'll see if he can give Sase a run for his money.
Moving on.
Group F: QXC, Merce, Uga, and Torrecito. Sorry, Iga and Torrecito. I hope you guys enjoy Finland because your stay is well. I guess you guys live there, so your stay is not going to be too long. But your stay at Assembly, the tournament, is going to be short.
I'll say it like this: Merce and QXC will move forward, and if Merce doesn't move forward, I will seriously throw a hamburger in his face.
We will point and laugh at you, Merce, and we
I
actually.
think Mertz can consider himself warned.
Yeah,
because I mean he should. I know he's in university and all that, college, whatever you want to call it, depending where you are. But I really think that he's still a really good player, and it wouldn't actually surprise me if he beat QXC as well and got top of the group.
It could happen. QXC is always an up and down. And someone's saying in chat, what if WTF has Merce achieved? Merce is probably one of the players that I don't know, at least me and Maven are very familiar with, that we hung out on. Hung out with. There we go. At DreamHack. It's a player we're very familiar with. He is definitely going to come out in that group, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was the guy who
Mertz
said.
is,
Go ahead.
Mertz got let's see, first place in Craft Cup number 7, second place in ESL Viking Cup number 11 and number 7 and number 13 and number 19, and he got first place in 4players.de close combat number 21.
Someone's
So-
saying in chat is that they met him at DreamHack, so he'll definitely advance. No, he is just a player we're familiar with. We know him very well, and we know that he has what it takes to easily come out of that group. So I'm Sorry, but that's just how it's going to be. Can you try that again, Folon, when we put links on?
Sorry?
Yeah, now you can try it. No, you posted a link in chat, but it didn't go through. There you go.
There you go.
Merce is actually a really well-known player, so if you guys aren't familiar with him,
out.
then this is your chance to read up. He's been on the Dignitas roster along with Show and Select for quite a long time. He's very solid.
And he's Swedish, so I mean, just that he gets like plus 50% Starcraft II.
Yeah, in Maven, if you're in Maven's camp, that gives you bonus points.
Yeah.
No, Merce is gonna win. Is gonna at least get second, and he might topple QXE for first.
Depending on how much he's practiced. So.
And if you don't believe me, then I will take any bets. I will.
Yeah.
I will take your money.
Well, the thing is,
you
if you consider the practice partners that Merce is playing, he's playing versus Select and Show. So yeah.
Yep.
Well, moving on to the next group. We don't got all day. I want to go home.
Group G. Sock, Pomi, Action Jesus, or Action Jesus, and Tuomi. Sock will likely win that group. Pomi might get 6-pulled.
Might. Sock will be 6-pull too.
I'm sure.
And Tuomio as well. So.
Yeah, everyone will get 6.
I think that even in the group stages, the matches are best of 3s.
Best of 3,
so
indeed. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
thank God.
6-pulls. I mean, he might change it up into a 7-pull, but
no.
Wow.
Hey, Action Jesus can play standard very good.
Yeah.
Don't you know? I know everyone's like, oh, Action Jesus, yeah, he's 6-pulled in DreamHack. He's awful. No, the guy's actually really good. Be careful. This guy can play very well when he has to play standard as well. But it's just the thing was DreamHack was best of 1s.
Because I've never seen it.
See, DreamHack was best of 1s. It is like asking, it's like begging, please cheese an easy win.
It's a coin flip.
It's ridiculous.
It's true. But still, I don't know how good he is. Like I've never.
Well,
I've seen him play a bit, but I haven't seen him play enough to draw some sound conclusions.
He competes for the best for the spot as best Danish player. I'm not gonna lie. Action Jesus is one of the players that was very solid. He was looking to get picked up by a big team, and then he's the player that in beta kind of missed the boat. That he couldn't get any good practice partners, so he kind of dropped the game for a bit. But this guy is very skilled.
Yeah, who's the other good Danish?
Okay, there's not that many.
Oh, Kiara, yeah, he's pretty good.
But I think
that means that
I think actually Jesus can take Kiara in a 1-on-1.
Yeah, 6-pull. All right, but I still think that Pomi and Sake would probably top that group.
I don't know, man.
Pretty good.
Pomi's good. Definitely, I'm not going to disagree with you there. But I think Action Jesus can take him.
No.
I think Action Jesus can 6-pull him, and that's like all I know.
No, see, Action Jesus. I'm happy to say that he's
moving along.
He's one of those underdogs. No, we're not moving along that.
6-pull. Let's conclude that.
He's a dark horse that I think can make it out of that group. No problem.
You've said that. God damn it.
Group H. Strelok, Lelouch, Cast, and Protosser.
Yeah, Protosser is a Zerg.
That doesn't bode well, does it?
Yeah, exactly. So that doesn't bode well. Lelouch, depending on... I said this before the cast. I mean, depending on how much Lelouch has practiced, might be getting second. Cast is a good player, and Strelok will go first because he's from Mouse Sports.
Strelok will go first just because he's ridiculous. But
I think that Lelouch can make first, to be honest.
I don't know. Lelouch is an emotional player. He's a player that if he feels comfortable, if he's in a good mindset, he can perform very well. But on the other hand, Lelouch has it in him to finish last in that group as well.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he won't touch a Zerg that's named Protoss.
If he gets 6-pulled successfully twice by that Protosser guy, he's going to be on tilt for the rest of the tournament.
The Protosser will try to 4-gate and then realize that he's actually trying to play Zerg.
So. No, I mean
Moving
seriously,
along.
Lelouch is very, very unsteady. So, especially Cast.
Yeah.
Cast is actually a player that you might want to watch out for. He's pretty decent. I don't think he is going to take second, but he can. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Follow,
predict that
any
group.
last word?
No, Fulham doesn't have any last words. Group I: Show, Sinus, Runa, and Witch. And I gotta give that one to Show and Runa actually.
Yeah. I know Senis is playing good, but Rune has been practicing a lot lately. I mean, there's not a time that I've logged on to Battle.net and he's not in either a custom game or in a ladder game. So he's really been practicing for this tournament. And I
Hometown
really
advantage.
think he can go far. Yeah. Well,
Home field.
that would be for Sinus, but
Yeah, for Sinus. Yeah. So.
I still think Rune might be going far depending on how good he's become. Because I can't state that, but he'll definitely take the second in this group.
Mhm. Yep, definitely. I think Show is uncontested number one. There's not even a discussion there. Group J.
Solon, do you have any thoughts about that before moving on?
Fulham's like obviously.
Nope. All right. All right. Let's go.
Group J.
Wait,
Moro.
Adele Scott
Scott.
is listed as Terran?
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Adele. Whoa, is that right?
He's Protoss. He's
Yeah.
Protoss.
Oops.
Come on now, that's
No.
wrong. That's got to be wrong.
I need to check if Wikipedia has this. Ah, shit.
No, he is
as well.
Protoss. He's Protoss.
He's Protoss. There's no question that Adele Scott is Protoss.
There's no question.
Unless he like last week, it was
'Cause-
like, oh, psych, I'm
'cause
gonna
he-
play Terran.
Yeah, I know because he foregated Merce. So
No,
You guys can do
come on,
this,
everyone
group. I'm
knows
gonna
Adele
quickly
Scott. Come on now.
Gasless
All right.
PvP, yo.
He
Alright.
is he's a genius Protoss player. He's a French player, and
Yeah.
he does not surrender. So unlikely.
and he knows how to party.
I don't know about that. Dude, I don't think it's relevant to the results as well. But Adele Scott, PVZ Moro. What can we say about that?
Godlike. He beat Kiwakaki, man.
Seriously?
Seriously.
I think Moro's ZVT is much better. His CVZ is kind of lacking, and his ZVP is kind of in between there.
Yeah, well, his CVC might be lacking, but he won't lose to Sela. I think he beat Hydra. No. Well, I mean, he beat some really good player. Oh yeah, Sen. He beat Sen, Zergris III. So, his CVC is not bad anymore. He's good, and his CVP is. It's really really good. It almost took out Whiterun, so. And Whiterun is really good, so. That's my two. I say Scott and Morrow.
Yeah, but I'm more considering who's going to come out on top. I think Adele Scott can take first there in that group.
Well, I'll be going for Morrow. He's mouse sports too, so I have some backup from Bumblebee.
I see. No, Moro is playing Zerg, and this would be, DreamHack. He didn't really impress. He kind of got unlucky there. I definitely think he's going to make it out of the group over Sela and True Random, but
He's true random.
and let's
True,
move
mysterious.
on actually to Group
All right.
A. Braddock,
There's a lot of
Dystar,
groups.
Emaki, and Zhuge Liang.
Yeah, I want to meet Braddock.
Dude, they finally let him out of the country? What?
Yeah,
No visa problems this time apparently.
they're not afraid of him
In
doing
Finland.
land escape.
Yeah.
It's because it's so close to Russia, so they're just gonna be hogging him back.
hmm
They'll march in with their whole army and say, "We're gonna get that kid back."
Yeah,
So
assuming Braddock doesn't have some kind of visa problems or any kind of nonsense that he had to deal with in the past, him and Dystar will come out on top. But Zhuge Liang is actually quite a decent Zerg. I got to cast him several times over. He does. He plays well in the Viking Cups and such.
Oh,
so
is
at least
Dystar?
third.
has Dystar switched to Millennium? Because last time I saw him it was Rage.
I don't know.
All right. I don't know.
I didn't know he was Rage. But,
See-
I don't know why he's Millennium now. So he's listed as Millennium.
Yeah, because I mean when I
Yeah, it was an Empire. Yeah, that's right. Jabberwock says it right.
Yeah,
It was
Empire Dicer, yeah. Alright, he's swapping a lot of seats. Moving on, I mean, Assembly hasn't been really that good with stuff. I mean, Adele Scott playing Terran and so forth and so forth.
Well, yeah, this is just some list on a website, let's face it.
Yeah.
Let's see, Group L, Satini, Elfie, Grung, Scruffy. Actually, a tough group. Satini's gonna likely...
Tini's actually shown himself.
Sorry, what?
Satini's never been offline, I think, for like forever.
I see. Well, he's shown to this one, so I think Satini has it in him to take number one. Elfie, though, very good as well. Then again, Grung and Scruffy, they're not bad. They can definitely upset one of these guys.
Scruffy could really upset Elfie, though.
Yeah, it's quite possible. This is a group that is actually very close.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Group M. Let's see. There's this no name here. This guy named R-E-T. Rhett. Is that how it's pronounced? Rhett?
Yeah, I'm gonna cheer my ass off for him. Dutchies represent. Finally, Maven is constantly hyping up, Swedish people and mouse people, but Rhett is gonna be my
yeah. Well,
little Dutchie.
Yeah, he'll win against Activisti, but he'll lose against Nargrim in Insolence. Boom! No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No,
Screw you, buddy. It's a tough group for Nargrim, actually. I think that Nargrim got kind of unlucky in that group. Because he has to play a PvZ and he has to play a ZvZ versus Red. Otherwise, if he was placed in a different group, he definitely had a good chance to come out in second, or in some groups maybe he's in first. But Red and Insolence should have this.
His dreadlocks will guide him through Insolence.
Right.
He does have dreadlocks, though. Yeah, but I think that Red and Insolence will move forward, but I hope that Nargrim beats Insolence.
And the thing is, I know that Red is actually in the Netherlands. He's going to be, he's been in Korea for such a long time, so he's actually in the Netherlands. He's not going to be practicing much. He actually said, in a conversation with so-and-so, someone I won't mention, that he won't be spending much time on StarCraft when he's here at all. He's going to be very busy, just catching up with people he hasn't seen in months. So Red is going to be out of shape.
I can understand that, and someone's saying in chat that Red lacks the motivation to perform, quote unquote. But I'm not sure about it.
Fair.
I think that he would be very keen on coming back to Europe and just owning up some tournament here. I mean,
you got to remember,
he's been in Korea a while. You don't get to play a lot of tournaments there. You only get to play, Code A for like 2 weeks or something, and you have to play 2 matches, and then you have to sit on your ass for I don't know how many weeks afterwards, and they don't have like the one-day cup tournaments that we have all the time. But he's been practicing with the best of the best. They have the highest skill player pool in Korea, and I think he'll destroy this group and then move on to, I don't know how far he can get, but I hope very far.
On the other hand, just to talk about a bit of the Red lacks motivation. A lot of that talk comes from when he went to Korea to try to qualify for Valor. What actually happened is they treated him like shit in Korea. Like, this is something that not a lot of people actually know about, not a lot of people talking about. This guy was basically, they put him in front of in a seat in front of the air conditioning, which was basically meant that it was freezing every time he was playing. They didn't give him
but you
much.
mean Courage, don't you?
Yeah, sorry, Courage, not Valor.
Right, okay.
Wrong tournament. Yeah, Courage. But he basically, he got treated like shit in Korea the first time he went, trying to qualify for StarCraft 1. That is not anything to do with lack of motivation. That is just getting treated very poorly and getting very demoralized because you're getting basically the shit end of the stick there.
I mean, that was for Brood War. I think that what
that's what stirred though. That's what stirred a lot of the talk, like Red lacks motivation and stuff like that. After an experience like that, it's hard to get motivated. You know, you're gonna be a bit demoralized about the
That was a
competitive
while
Starcraft
ago,
team.
though.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I don't think that really holds true anymore. Now that he went with, now that he lives with OGS for a while and he played in the Korean leagues, I think motivation is not going to be that big of a problem.
No, I think he'll be happy to be, back in Europe and, try his newly gained skills on some of the top Europeans.
Yeah.
I think he'll be happy to play. So.
Yep. That said, Dignitas Naniwa, Hasuobs, Triple, and Drafter. Okay.
No upset there.
Reasonably speaking, we should say Naniwa is going to come out and Hasuobs as well. Drafter's got game though. So, I don't know, maybe you can play the Terranus Imba card. Yeah, and Hasuobs really hasn't been performing that well, has he? Cautiously looking at Maven.
Well, I mean, he's been practicing, but hasn't been.
Hasuob's been also kind of the outsider on the mouse roster.
He won the UK StarCraft Cup just recently against Nagrim, so don't count him out just yet.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Drafter in second over Hasuobs, but no, I gotta say that purely on reputation, Hasuobs should take it.
All right.
Yeah,
Follow?
probably. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I'll say more when the interesting groups happen.
Group O. Well, hey, this should be interesting for you. Group O has The Muslim, Bishu, Todd, and...
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have the Muslim.
That's the thing. That's the thing. That's what the group is going to be like. Unless the Muslim plays with a broken hand, it's going to be Bishu, Todd, and Barian. I don't know Barian.
Do we?
But
Do
Todd,
we know
Warcraft
what's
3
happening
player?
to that group? Are they
They're leaving it.
Putting someone else in?
What I heard last, and I talked to the assembly organization, that likely it's too late to swap out a player.
I'll play. Cool. I win.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
just get someone out of the audience or something.
I don't know. I don't know. That's not going to be much of a challenge, regardless, for these guys.
Let's get the beard to
But
play.
if the Muslim
Yeah.
does not play with like I said, with his broken hand, it's likely he won't be able to play. It's going to be tough. Is the last news. It's what Rotterdam said on his Twitter. Assembly is going to be tough for the Muslim, whether he can make it or not. That means that Bishu is going to easily take first. And we might see the Warcraft 3 legend Todd actually win and actually get into the tournament phase now.
Yeah. Because, I mean, both this group and the last one, the WC3, Warcraft 3 legends, would probably get, demolished by the Starcraft II experienced guys.
Yeah, I think.
But now it looks brighter for Todd.
What happened is with the Muslim, he got on a bar fight with some Germans. Apparently, they offended the English guys, and the English, they're very proud as well. So
Bloody hell!
But seriously, that's what happened. So after a few drinks, they got into a fight. What I think is actually they weren't Germans that were egging them on; they were probably French. They were like, oh, we got to get Todd into the elimination stage. So we'll start a fight with them in Germany.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I
So
think
what
Todd
clever
will probably
ruse,
win.
yeah.
But I don't know who Barian is. Never seen him play. So I won't. say
Well,
anything.
let's face it. Todd is an RTS legend with Warcraft 3, but his Starcraft 2
Doesn't matter.
experience is like, what?
Doesn't matter. I still think that if Barian is a guy who has practiced StarCraft 2, like some of the semi-pros have, he could beat Todd because Todd hasn't been playing for so long.
Exactly. It's this group is becoming suddenly very interesting because the Muslim is likely to be out.
Yeah.
Then again, this might be a group that the Muslim can actually, get at least second in with a broken head. It had to be done, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
Poor taste, I know, but it had to be
We're
done.
gonna have
Yeah.
a lot of angry Barian fans
Oh
to deal
my
with.
god. I gotta go into hiding, man. I don't know.
Okay,
Those
let's,
Alright.
French people might come up.
Alright,
for
let's
us
move
now.
on. Let's
I
move on.
know,
Let's forget
right?
this ever happened. Let's forget this ever happened. Let's move on to the next one.
Group B, we've got Tyler, Sarens, Grubby, and Virus Magic.
Right, so we have a French, a Yankee, a Korean,
Hey,
And-
what Korean?
and a virus. Grubby, he's basically Korean. He
Oh,
beats
come
Korean
on!
left,
No,
right.
you don't
Come
get to take
on.
Grubby. He's ours. Screw you, buddy. I've got a poster
Alright,
signed
alright.
by Grubby, a StarCraft II poster signed by Grubby, actually.
He's Korean Dutch.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, they were actually at the launch event here in Rotterdam. They had Grubby signed posters, and I was like, "Well, are you actually gonna play StarCraft II?" And he like, raised his shoulders, and I'm like, "Oh, whatever, sign it anyway."
Yeah.
I heard that story.
I think
Yeah.
that Tyler and Sarah will probably make it out of the group.
Likely.
Grubby's focusing on both Warcraft 3 and Starcraft 2 at the same time. And I'm sorry to say that trying to focus on two games at the same time, trying to be at the top level when it's such a competitive game, it's not going to work out.
And there were actually some rumors that Grubby was joining, I believe, a Chinese Warcraft 3 team.
Tai Lu.
Yeah, Tai Lu,
Yeah,
exactly.
he has.
So it was confirmed. So he's playing for Tai Lu in Warcraft 3.
Yeah, and EG is Starcraft 2 apparently. That's what I heard. I'm not 100%
So you know,
sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if Grubby's a no-show even.
Maybe, but
You know,
I really
looking
think
at
that
that. Looking,
But I still
looking
think
at
that
just
even
joined Tai Lu, then yeah.
even if he shows up, I don't think he'll progress through the group stage. Sarah and Tyler are just they're at the next level.
They've gotten so much practice
Compared to
time
the other
in
guys.
that, you know, it's going to be great to see Grubby if he shows up, to see how he
Yeah.
does. Because it's going to be interesting to see if he can take a map off Tyler or a map off Sarens. So they're saying that apparently Grubby denied that it's going to happen with Tyloo, and I definitely hope that's
Alright.
not true. Because at least in EG, he's going to be in good hands.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I don't know. I'm looking forward to meeting Grubby, so I hope he shows.
Yeah, me too. I really want to meet the guy.
He's an RTS legend. Apparently Cassandra denied it. Because Cassandra is also she's his girlfriend and she's his manager as well. So
Yeah.
and a total hottie,
That's-
by the way.
Yeah.
Just hoping he doesn't watch.
Yeah. Follow any comments on that one?
Yeah. Well, how about you comment on Cassandra?
What? No. I think that Grubby, predictions, Grubby will get destroyed by
Yeah.
Tyler and Sarens, but I still want him to win because he's Dutch. There you go.
Heyo.
I want actually Tyler to win the whole thing. I mean, even if he's a janky, the rivalry, US versus Europe, whatever. But I mean, Tyler's such a cool guy. He's chill.
He is.
Sticking right
But
to
if it
asking,
ain't
is
that
this
shit,
being
ain't
uploaded as a VOD somewhere? Yeah, but after all the jokes
Yeah.
I made, maybe not. we might release a censored version. We'll bleep out.
All right.
Actually, Syllogism in chat making a very good observation. Tyler doesn't, an observation. Tyler doesn't deserve to win because as he barely
It's
plays.
like a claim. It's not,
Tyler
I don't know.
Tyler
do
is
you
one
know
of the
that?
strongest mechanical players
Wait.
ever,
Wait.
but he's
Wait.
very unsteady.
I don't know how he comes up with that. Like, why would you say that?
What did you say? Tyler doesn't deserve to win, though.
That's what Syllogism. That's what Syllogism says. Okay, he says he doesn't.
Can we
deserve
not
to-
feed the troll, please?
Yeah,
come on.
right,
Seriously.
right.
No. We gotta
Right.
interact with our audience, and we can
Yeah.
strongly disagree with what he's saying. He plays a lot, and he basically,
Yeah.
Tyler is mechanically he's a genius.
You don't know that. Are you in his room or something?
Well,
no one
no,
knows how
but
much he
there's
plays.
people that see him online on BNet, and we see him in the tournaments, or we don't see him in the tournaments. Let's face it, how many US tournaments has he competed in aside from TL?
I don't.
Like
follow
he
all
might
the
he might be playing
US
ladder a lot,
tournaments.
sure, or you might be playing just with practice partners. But he doesn't compete in the tournaments very much. I think that we can say. That is fair to say.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm definitely not going to agree that he doesn't play a lot. But he doesn't do a lot of tournaments. We can say that much.
I never said that he deserved to win. I never said that he didn't deserve to win, but I said that I want him to win because he's a cool guy. That's all I said about that.
Well, Tyler, like I said, he's a genius. It's going to be very hard to beat him on mechanics. That said, he's known to be a bit unsteady. So every so often in a tournament he will underperform. We'll see if that's the case now.
All right, let's do the top 3 before we finish off.
Okay, sure. That's Maven. Your top 3 for this tournament.
Actually, I need to recheck. I mean, Show, seeing as he's the IEM master, whatever you want to call it, King Dignitas, as I call him.
Mm-hmm.
You have Elo, depending on how he feels. Tarzan, definitely. And Huck. But apart from that, I mean, Red, I don't know how he's playing because I haven't seen him out. But that would be the 4th. Huck, TLO, Show, and Red, depending on where it goes. So I would definitely place Show top 2, and the other, I don't know.
I see. So in the end, 1, 2, and 3 is Show's.
Well, I mean, the top 1 and 2, 3. All right, I'll just pick it up. I'll take Show as first. Because he showed a pretty decent, pretty goddamn awesome games at IEM, and a second. I want to place Red there, actually, because I know he's been practicing. But if he says, like you said, that he's not, then boo-hoo on me. And as third, I'll place. All right, I'll do it like this. I'll do a 3rd/4th Huck and TLO, so I'm covered.
I like how you weighed his bet there.
What do you mean not practicing for Red? He lives in a house that has like a table.
But he's going to be. He's in the Netherlands for the last week and a half or so before the tournament.
If it was
so.
you said,
it's not as if you don't play for 5 days that you forget everything.
Still, it's
a
period. It's a period where you're going to be less active with the game.
It's a period where the other guys are playing for 5 days straight and he doesn't, if that's the case. I don't know, but I'm saying if that happens, then he...
I think that if I don't play StarCraft for 5 days and then pick it up again, I'll be exactly as terrible as I am now.
Well, yeah, but that's because you're awful regardless.
You're
terrible. Okay.
Your top 3, Folan. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I was fearing that you would ask me that.
Yes.
But, I'm a terrible, I cannot choose. I think Red will finish high. I think Huck will do well. I think Show will do well. Do you need top 3 or top
Just give me a top 3.
Top 3.
And, there's going to be some hard calls to make.
I want to say Moro and Tilo as well.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I wouldn't count Moro in there as much as I like Moro. Moro watches us regularly, so. But
Moro is playing a lot. He's
Moro always really plays a lot. Let's face it, Moro is the mass gamer.
Right.
He will be like, okay, well, hey, I just had a good day at school or whatever he's doing these days. Let me just sit down for a few games. And 50 games later, he'll be like, oh well, hey, maybe it's time for dinner. Then he'll eat and be like, oh, a few more games before bed. And 30 games later, he'll be in bed.
Yeah. All right, so
I want to give my top 3.
What's your top 3?
Exactly. Show, you've got this, buddy. Number 1 for you, no question there. And I think number 2 is Tarzan. Tarzan does really well in live events, so I'm giving him second. And third, I think it's going to be between the Liquid guys, but not Tyler. Huck or Red is going to take third. Huck is actually going to perform here. This is going to be your first European event in which he doesn't suck.
Yeah. I really hope
that
Huck
would be
goes
good.
Far, because Huck has always come to to GSL, and he came to DreamHack and everywhere, and he just had a little. I think he has just had a little bit of bad luck, and I really want to see him go further in the tournaments.
I see. Underdog, I see someone in chat mentioning Cass. Cass could actually go far as well.
Yeah, well, we know who's gonna go far, but we're talking top 3 here.
No, well, that's my top 3. And someone making the point that Tarzan didn't perform at DreamHack as well.
Well, he did perform at IEM. He came
I'm
fourth.
sorry,
I mean,
but
that's a huge thing.
DreamHack is such a this is hard to say, meaningless tournament if you look at what it actually what actually tells us about
the
how
winner,
skilled the players are.
Look. The winner, and I can say this because this is true. The winner at DreamHack StarCraft II won by a coin flip because he was actually one of the 3 that progressed from the group with a coin flip. So, yeah, you can't really say that much.
No,
But
I mean,
he
if Nama had picked the well, actually they didn't do coin, but they did with papers, and they had to pick a paper. If Nama had picked the paper that said out, he would have been out. So instead of winning the tournament, he would have been out because he drew the wrong paper.
Well, that would also.
I mean, come on.
Look. If that would happen, I know that Bumblebee would have assaulted the whole admin crew right there and then.
I don't doubt that for a second. He would have been like, Bumblebee crush!
Yeah, he would have sacked those guys in his heartbeat. But yeah, definitely. Tarzan is probably gonna go far. He did place 4th at IEM. That shows him how good he is. So. Yeah,
and I gotta say, before, just to be fair, before the Muslim broke his hand/wrist, I had him as a second.
Do we know? Can I just ask you? Do we know the maps for this?
They were on there somewhere. God, now you're making me look up the rules. I had them open in a PDF document, but I closed that for the show. So sad. Let me actually open them up.
And the time you do that, I'm gonna tell you that it's 7 days, 13 hours, 42 minutes until assembly starts. Yeah. So get to Finland, all of you.
You have that long to get to Finland.
Yeah.
You can walk probably from most of Europe right now. Start walking.
Oh, dude, I couldn't walk. I wouldn't be able to walk there from Sweden. So.
People are saying Dimaga beat Cass 3-0 in the January finals for Go for SC2.
Well, congratulations, Tim.
I missed that. I should have watched that while doing this. I'm so dumb.
Where's Dimaga? Why isn't he? He's not here. Why am I sad? Oh well.
Yeah.
It's a little bit sad it didn't show. White Red didn't either. Oh.
It wouldn't surprise me if he just had trouble getting out of the country.
Yeah.
It's. I gotta say, esports getting soured because of visa problems as such is a little aggravating, to say the least. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I'm sure you guys feel the same way.
All right. So do we have anything left?
Oh no, I'm looking for the rule set right now so we can get a map pull out on here.
Because I've left out, like, in top 3 we left out people like QXC and Brad OK weren't mentioned, as well as Nama